Hey everybody, welcome back to our last hour of Roleplay Blades, episode 4. We're back at the lair, and there's a cat floating through the frame. I think Miss Cataby was about to lay it out for everybody. You did some spidering.
That's a fat cat, bro.
And
he's not fat at all. He's actually the skinny one.
Wow. All right.
Well, that doesn't say much.
He's not huge. He's just close to the camera. You're not even that big. You're like scrawny, Sashi.
I like it.
Things are bigger when they're closer to the camera.
Exactly.
Jeff. Come on.
Exactly.
It's perspective weight. Yeah. So do you want to do it in character? Do you want to kind of lay it out for them, or should we just take it as read?
Yeah. I mean, I guess it would be what were their names again?
The Foghounds?
Foghounds.
Yeah.
I think the Toothhounds. Okay. The Foghounds, yes.
Margette is her name.
Margette.
Yeah.
I had a good chat with our friend Margette from the Foghounds. I don't know if anyone else thought about it, but I wasn't quite sure how we were going to make it to the Deadland or the Deathlands. And of course, that's where our next target is. So I've arranged for just the measly price of 2 gold or 2 coin to be provided transportation out there. As you know, it's not just the standard trade route you take. It's not there's no bus. There's no transportation to take there. So I'd say we're relying on unconventional methods to get us to this place. I've arranged that part. It's probably time for us to talk about what we do when we get there.
I find this to be fantastic. My normal inclination is to be like, what method of transportation? But you are so trustworthy and so good at what you do, I don't even feel the need to ask. So let us talk about what we will do when we get there.
And Zeke, your characters, the Foghounds, you have a connection to them, so you know them. Obviously, Rune knows them quite well. And although you know Margette and Bear from before they were smugglers, the gang is kind of new. They maybe a year or something. But you've known them. They're underworld people that you have probably worked with before. So they're not.
Are they decent people, or are they awful chaotic people?
They're Margette has a reputation for being pretty ruthless, but she doesn't have a reputation for backstabbing anybody.
Okay, so there's some rules.
Yeah. No one has said oh, stay away from them, they'll double cross you. But they've been like, oh man, Margette, she does not have a sense of humor. Fuck, she just.
And just to clarify, these guys are transportation.
Yeah, they're smugglers. Yep.
Okay, so would they have the reputation of I pay you for this and I get this?
Yep.
Not gonna fuck me over.
As long if you treat them appropriatly, they're cool. I mean, I guess they're kind of like you guys.
I would probably reiterate, there are big concerns that they're not tied to this. We keep them out of it. They'll continue to be at our service.
It's just a job. As long as it's just a job, you're fine.
Yeah.
If it crosses that threshold, you start bringing shit back on their boat or whatever, or whatever they're using. That's where it's going to get bad.
I do want to say, before we get too far along in this, Mr. Suker is a dangerous target. This is an escalation. It will be a little bit more difficult. But also, this is a special person to Miss Cataby, who we hold very dear in our heart. It is to be her hand, and nobody else's, should we avoid it, that is to slay him. He is to die by her will. I think we need to go into that with that understanding. Is that correct, Miss Cataby?
It is.
Well, I have no problem with that, as long as you leave some for me, of course.
There will be skulls to crack, Aldo. Almost certainly.
I mean, speaking of which, our next job's in the Deathlands. it kind of opens up our options a bit.
Go on.
Well, it's not just anyone who makes travel possible in the Deathlands. So sure, potentially the Foghounds are the ones who could take the most heat, but we go out there, we set up some alibis, we could kill everyone.
And with that, his smile widens even further. And he just kind of looks at Miss Cataby and is like, Miss Cataby, if your thoughts were as beautiful as you are, truly, you have quite the marriage of potential. This is fantastic.
Wait. Are you suggesting that we kill our transportation?
No. Why would we do that? How do we get back?
No, that's what I thought you said. You said I
everyone at the compound.
Okay, because I distinctly remember him saying kill everyone, and that usually means everyone that's there.
Very important to make that distinction.
Sure, kill everyone associated with Lord Suker.
I cannot remember which of us had the brilliant idea of blowing up the entire ship, by the way, but I do like that when we do this thing where we come
that
up with
was
ideas,
me. I'll take full credit for that as well.
take it. I just like that we start very large, and we dial it back. Like with Aldo here, he's like,
well,
kill
It's our process. It's our process.
How many are we talking? How many people?
Well, I mean, I can take a guess. I think it's about, maybe about 40 people. And maybe, John, I don't know if you want to hop in, because I did actually ask.
We talked about this during the break.
Yeah, so.
Lord Suker, he's tier 3. The Severosi mercenary company, the Silver Nails, which have been mentioned, he's Severosi himself. They're tier 3, and so that's potentially 40 sort of groundspeople and workers at the facility, and maybe 40 mercenaries. That's possible.
Oh, that's 10 for each of us. Perfect.
No, it's 20 for each of us.
I thought you said 40.
Yeah, 40 and 40.
Oh, okay. Well, 20.
That's at the outside. That would mean that he somehow convinced the Silver Nails to like send all their guys to protect him, which he could have done. You're not sure.
I think as Miss Cataby says that, we're like, I'll tell you what, let's dial it back even a little bit more. Maybe we don't kill absolutely everyone, but he will have protectors with him. Looking at Aldo, I guarantee you and that darn ghost dog should be able to have a little bit of fun. I promise.
That sounds like a potty. I'm always down for a potty.
And she did say party, not potty, like some of you I know were thinking.
Jeff, I have to tell you, I have updated your clock for the favor of She Who Slays in Darkness. You can see it on the screen there. For suggesting, nay, demanding that Miss Cataby carry out this very important personal killing herself. You put a smile on the face of a dark goddess. You totally get her.
Okay.
So I gave you a point of favor for that.
Thank you.
Nicely done.
I guess that brings us to the next question then. I am not well informed on what Mr. Suker's compound is like out there. We can get smuggled to the Deathlands. How easily do we get into a compound itself?
So Margette basically briefed Miss Cataby a little bit because they got the job offer with some details. Mm-hmm. So it's a square block out in the Lost District. So like a old.
It's like a city. People walk around and stuff.
Yeah, it was a district of the city before it got cut off. So all the buildings and stuff are still out there. There's a bunch of stuff that was abandoned, and it's old enough where it's like a Parisian block, where like the building like fills the block, and then there's a garden or something in the middle. It's one of those, like this big sprawling old building that's one block per side, and he's cordoning it off with his own lightning barrier to do whatever he's doing out there.
And just so for reference now and for future. Does law apply in the Deathlands?
Technically, yes, but there's nobody out there to enforce it or see what happens. So, it's your word against theirs, more or less.
Miss Catabee, did you find out if Lord Suker has any weaknesses? Is he a drinker? Does he like the smoky whatever rune?
Well,
you know.
Sure. His weakness is he likes money.
Oh, well, we have that.
And just to be mechanically clear, you have one like advantage essentially from what Miss Catabee did. The fact that this place is under construction and the foghounds are being brought there to deliver supplies for that, you have a way in essentially where they're gonna let their vehicle in to deliver these supplies through whatever security they have. You can do something else, but you have a way in that way.
Right.
Well, we get in. That part's taken care of. But once we're in, possibly 80 people in there. 5 at the most I could take at one time.
Yeah, hopefully they're not all arranged in a line somewhere staring at you. That would be bad.
It'll be much like our previous operation. There will be people of interest with the charge of protecting Lord Suker. They will be nearby. There'll be others that can be on calls. We'll have to be delicate, as always. But I imagine Miss Catabee has thought of this moment for a long time, so I'm willing to give creative reins to her. Again, dialing back from blowing the whole place up, not killing 80 people, to killing like 20.
I mean, well, dear, if I had my way, I'd shove a whole deck of cards up his ass and make him suffer that way. But I don't know if it's going to be realistic in our and what we can do.
As
So
you
let me. Sorry.
Phyllis like leans back and is like, it would cause significant internal bleeding. Almost certainly would follow. The insertion would require a tremendous amount of focalized strength. I'm not sure we have it.
The point being is
I could get a stick.
Exactly.
whether from my own hand or an act from our crew, the one result of Lord Suker being taken down is really my ultimate goal, and that's the fact that I wipe away my debt. So whether the fact that I am covered in blood, or my man Aldo is covered in blood, or Rune is covered in blood, or perhaps even you, Mr. Firm, covered in blood, it doesn't matter. That symbol alone represents my freedom. So whatever works best for us, I won't be selfish in that regard.
Well,
Need to be.
if I may, it seems like if he's really all about money, we arrange some sort of beneficial arrangement for him with a clandestine person, i.e. Rune, arrange a meeting, inform him that it'll be a lucrative possibility for him, get the meeting, she has his way in the room or whatever, we take care of the guards outside. I don't know. That's my idea. It's a little seed of an idea.
Okay, that's good. I'm going to interrupt. I'm going to interrupt real quick. Take a look at your character sheets, and there's plan types to focus our conversation here. I'm just going to try to, bring us in a little bit. Zeke has suggested deception. Sounds like the trick. Well, here's a little trick. This is one of my tricks for Blades in the Dark. There's a lot of ways we could do this, and all of them have like potential, right? We could talk about how each of those could work: assaulting him,
Right.
assaulting him, social infiltration, stealth, whatever. Take a look at that, and whichever one sounds really fun, that's a good way to go. So like all those idea of like, let's deceive him to isolate him from his mercenary team. If that sounds like fun, go with that. If an all-out assault sounds more fun, pick that one. If infiltrating and being stealthy sounds more fun, pick that one. That to me is an easier way to choose, because you don't have to then like go through all the merits and
right. And that's
you can just be like, this sounds fun to me, and in character the way you did, Zeke. Like, this sounds fun to me. Let's deceive him, and then you can decide based on fun factor as opposed to logistics, right?
It's the role playing like mindset that has to change a little bit for this particular system.
It's a little weird. Because the way the mechanics work, you kind of more or less have an equal chance of doing these things. I mean, that's not totally true, but it's kind of true. So we don't need to necessarily choose the smartest one. We need to choose the one that you guys want to do the most.
All right. So I have a question. What would happen if we like disabled their lightning shields?
They would get hit by angry ghosts in short order. They would have ravaged that place. It wouldn't be like utter destruction. There aren't that many, but there's enough to just fuck their shit up real bad if their lightning barrier went down. Yeah.
Rune, do you have any like any way to increase the activity of spirits or ghosts in an area, or is that a thing we could?
Rune can do that. Yeah,
He's nodding, so yeah.
Totally.
Dan's like, yes.
If he says I can, then let's do it.
It's a thing you can try to do. I don't
Right.
think you don't have compel yet. So
Right.
doing that means, chaos, not I have this under control, but it's something you can do.
Certainly as a distraction, that's pretty damn good.
Like,
Yeah.
is it like sabotage and spirit fuckery? Is that what you're saying, Wheat?
I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking about. I'm just not sure what the implications of lowering or like destroying a whole light. Like, is that something where gradually, like over the course of 12 days, like the spirits will get them? And
No. It'll be like the spirits are going to be there, oppressed against the barrier. Probably.
Okay.
So,
All right.
yeah.
All right.
And I haven't had a chance to really use my rec skill yet.
Hey, Rex.
So I would love to find like the fucking power box and just fucking take it down.
Rec is for sabotage. Absolutely. Yeah.
So, I think even Cataby, after much consideration about my own well-being, the one thing I do fear is that I don't want to be blacklisted from every gambling outlet. If I'm ever associated to the death of this man, that's exactly what will happen. So perhaps we take a more indirect route. And then maybe I'd suggest, like, what if we did this?
Wreck the power box. Spirit fuckery.
Yes.
Yep. Rune has spirit fuckery.
Okay.
That's a plan. I love this plan.
Yeah.
It might also kill everyone,
I mean, it'll be very exciting.
I'm excited. I like this plan.
I like this plan.
All right.
Yeah. Is that everyone? Is everyone excited about this plan?
Yes.
Are we
Can
all
we make
good?
the roll before we go into?
Do you want
on
to?
that?
You want to do the engagement roll now as our cliffhanger?
Yeah, I like it.
That's fun. Sure.
You guys cool with that?
I'm fine with that.
Cool.
Sure.
That's what it is. I love this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it.
That's it. Thank you. Ghostbusters. Love it. I'm gonna give everyone a little teaser. So we've been playing with version 7.1 of the game. However, version 8 is the final version that will be printed in books and everything.
What?
And we're gonna get a little advanced tease of that.
Oh shit.
The engagement roll has changed slightly, and it's better. So
For the GM.
It's better. It's a better mechanic. Whether it's better for you or not is up for debate. I think it will turn out to be better for you actually on this particular thing. But let me pull it up. Straight out of InDesign. This is hot. It's the freshest.
I like it. It's literally like we're playing on the PTR right now.
That's right. This is totally the PTR. That's exactly what it is. Okay. So once the players choose a plan and provide its detail, the detail is your avenue of assault, which you've said, like we're going to wreck his fucking little lightning barrier and ruin his day. GM cuts to the action. How is it established? It's a fortune roll. So you start with 1 die for sheer luck because you're scoundrels, and that's just how it works.
Okay.
Scoundrels get lucky. So you start with 1 die. Then I ask some questions for advantages and disadvantages.
Dice located to even begin.
So can you guys? I think you guys can do fortune rolls. Let me double check. that.
Yeah, I have a
Yeah,
fortune.
roll fortune right here. So
Okay. So whoever wants to do it, Jeff, do you want to do it?
bro, come on.
I know.
Come
I
on.
mean, it's a leading question. I know the answer.
I like it.
So you click fortune, then name it something like destroy.
Ghost fuckery.
Yeah, exactly. Ghost fuckery. Start with 1 die. Okay. Is this operation particularly bold or daring?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking with spirits, man.
Sure is. You get 1 die for that.
So up to 2.
Up to 2. Is this operation overly complex or contingent on many factors?
Absolutely not.
I agree.
The only
I heard
factor is if the
I
ghost.
love how you could argue that either way, really easy.
what I heard was wreck box spirit fuckery. That doesn't sound complicated to me. Seems straightforward.
Well, you know what? Neither did to drive a car into the 74th story of a building filled with hamburgers, but we never accomplished that in mere shape.
I might say that may be overly complex. I may have leaned a little differently on that one personally.
So stay at 2 dice, then you would say, right?
2 dice right now. Does the plan's detail wreck his lightning barrier, expose a vulnerability of the target, or hit him where they're weakest?
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely exposed the vulnerability, right? He's out in the middle of nowhere
Yeah.
with his own shield. If he doesn't have it, there's no.
I think that's plus 1d.
So 3.
3 so far. So is the target strongest against this approach, or do they have particular defenses or special preparations? You take -1 die for that. No,
Not really.
they have normal preparations. They don't have special preparations.
Okay.
Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation?
Yes. The aid from the Foghounds.
Exactly. There you go. Take
Right.
take +1 die.
4.
Are any of your enemies or rivals interfering in this operation?
You
Take
tell us.
-1d.
We don't know, maybe.
So
Are they trying to interfere? Is that what the question?
one of your enemies or rivals is interfering. In fact, Jenna, your rival, Wheat, is interfering.
Hmm.
Okay. So -1's Rebecca's 3.
Just because she
She's a
is
bitch,
all
yeah,
up in this
of course.
business and she knows that Lannick said stuff he shouldn't have said, and then she's going like, whoa, what did you tell Miss Cataby?
Hmm.
Whoa, hang on. What's fuck is wrong with you?
Right.
So yeah, so -1 die for that.
Okay.
Are there any? Are
Is
there
that automatic heat, by the way?
any? No, not yet.
Okay. All right.
Are there any other elements we need to consider? A lower tier target might give you +1d. That doesn't apply. A higher tier target might give you -1d.
You're tier 3.
They are tier 3. They have pretty serious shit going on. I mean, we've described it as smash the box, but honestly, that's not what it is. If it was a tier 0 lightning barrier, you'd go up and hit it with a wrench, and that would be that.
Yeah.
A tier 3 lightning barrier, it's going to be pretty sophisticated shit. I'm going to say -1. I think that's fair. These guys are out of your league, right? So
That's what everyone said before, John. And now they're all dead.
that's right. So that leaves us with
2.
2, right? And that's it. Unless there's another advantage that you guys have that I'm not thinking about.
The element of surprise.
Of course. You always have that one.
No, so probably just 2.
I think so. Yeah, you're not like fully bonded to the goddess with some weird shit happening. There's no. Yeah, I think it's 2.
Once I hit the submit, is that it? We're doing it?
I think that's it.
We take the highest of this?
That's right.
4.
Nice. The best outcome, really. As we learned last time, a failure on this is like the most.
Wait a minute, though.
Most action possible.
2 bonus dice, right?
2 dice. Oh yeah, sorry. That's right. You start with 1 for luck.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Let me roll one more.
Yeah, just roll 1 more. We failed to account for that.
Big 6.
Here we go.
Should say number of dice 0, though, is what I have.
Yeah. I think.
Oh.
Well, so 5. That's fine. It's the same result.
Okay. Same result.
So yeah, partial success. Not totally desperate and not in a controlled position when you start. This means that the opening move, we could think about this in the week till our next game. I'm gonna jump to the opening maneuver and sabotage the lightning barrier plan out in the Deathlands, and you guys are going to be in a risky situation when you hit the deck and take action there, and we'll find out what that is. But we know it's not controlled, and we know it's not desperate, so it's good. It's right in the middle. It's good. It's a good place to be.
We can all start wrapping our heads around it. And just to tell the audience, too, we confirmed everyone's good to go for next week, Tuesday, to go back to our regular time. So we're back on track.
Awesome.
Before we head off, now when I wreck this box up, whatever it may be, how do we keep the ghosts off my ass? I will be inside with everyone else that's getting ghost fuckeried.
You're all gonna be there. Everyone looks at Rune, right? He asked that question.
So can the dog, can he protect me or anything?
Can he? I don't know.
Sure.
He barks at him and
That
they get
influence
scared.
over these spirits.
Yeah. Like how much can we fight the ghosts? I guess is the question.
You just as a lore point, ghosts are electroplasmic vapor, so they're not they're physical.
Okay.
They suffer very little harm from physical things, but they're not immune to physical attacks at all. So you're not like totally helpless. It's not like a spirit that just like is intangible.
Right.
And that's something you guys know because you live in the world. But
Okay.
stuff like Rune's fine lightning hook can really wreck ghosts. Your spirit bane charms, you guys all have access to those. Those will help you briefly keep a ghost at bay.
If I get Ghost Fighter,
If you get Ghost Fighter, you can fucking punch ghosts in the face. Yeah, it's not hopeless. It's like you guys you live in this world, so we should give you a little like character knowledge here. Like when ghosts get into the lightning barriers in the city, that happens sometimes. They're not perfect. They fail sometimes. Bad stuff happens, but it's not like mass murder or something like that. It's chaos. People freak out. They're very scary ghosts. They have supernatural like fear effects. So it creates a lot of mayhem. People make bad decisions. They freak out. But and over time, like if a ghost manages to possess someone and sneak away, like that's a threat hidden in the city now that is a big problem. But it's not like instant. It's not like Aliens where you're just like everyone just dies. It's much more of a chaotic threat where people need to like I don't know, like it's something you have to immediately deal with. Like your ship starts sinking. You know, everyone's like, "Shit, drop everything you're doing. We got to handle this." It's kind of like
figure it out.
Yeah. So that's what you're going to inflict on them. You're going to inflict utter chaos, and you're going to be there too. So you're going to have to deal with the ghosts. But it's not so much like bam, instant murder or something.
Almost instant murder.
You're going to have to handle the murder yourself if you really want to make sure. You know, you can't be like, the ghosts will get him like that. Nah, they probably not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what's the butler's name again?
Rutherford.
Rutherford. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, one more thing before we keep going with this. When I was at the opera, I received a letter from Rutherford exclaiming his distress for the house of King Claith.
Mm-hmm.
So I showed him the letter that he wrote me about everything is bad and the it's cursed, the house is cursed and that kind of stuff. So we may want to deal with that at some point in the future.
Right.
Just throwing that out there.
By the way.
Yeah, by the way, curse house, the one who's paying us is cursed, so.
Well, I mean, Aldo, Miss King Claith is possessed by a spirit right now. That's why we got such a great deal on these names. So,
right, but are you saying
my heart
that
bleeds for Rutherford, but my walk.
It really doesn't sound like he's bleeding. I'm going to say that right now.
As you say that, Aldo, quite literally, hearts do bleed. If you think of it, they pump blood through the body. It's a bleeding out.
Yeah. Okay. Very nice. All right.
Very nice.
Oh yeah. Appeal to careless farm for kindness. It's beautiful.
Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't see the point that he was like. I didn't predict he was going to make that point. It's a good point. It's a very good point.
Yeah.
And we're making more money from the possessed ones, so why would we help?
Yeah, I mean, this is what we're playing to find out, right? What kind of people are you really? We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
And I think that
yeah,
it's I would view it as a mystery novel. So I want to unravel the clues and that kind of stuff. Like it's not so much that I care like deeply for Rutherford. It's that there's a mystery to solve.
I like it.
I'm intrigued by it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's very true to character too. I think he would be super.
Should we do XP?
Yeah.
Let's do XP. Let's go around the horn. Let's start with Zeke and Aldo.
All right.
The lesson.
Well, I know I indulged my vice. I did two things. I bought like a suit, and then I spent like 2 coins on a suit, and then I went to the opera. But I don't know like what.
Yeah, let's just step through it. Like I agree completely.
Oh, do you want to start at the top of the XP thing?
Yeah. So desperate action. We know you didn't do that.
Nope, none of us did.
Did you address the challenge with violence or coercion?
Yes. He pressed Rune on a subject and said, "If I don't get answers, you know what happens." And he said,
"Oh yeah. I don't think about that as far as doing it to PCs."
Yeah, that's good. Nice.
Well, I instantly registered because I was like, "Oh no, he didn't."
Nice.
Okay, cool. Rune's like stoned out. She's like, "Yeah, it's like whatever."
That's right. I'll let you blame it on the drugs.
Good.
This time. Right. Okay.
Good stuff.
So that's one for that, or
one for that. Yep.
Cool.
You expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. Totally.
Mm.
I feel like the Vice sequence especially was Aldo's background and drives just like writ large, especially the musical number. This was like Aldo's secret, his true self maybe coming out. Yeah. And then also the way you reacted to the message. You weren't just like, rip. Sucks to be you, buddy. You kept it, you cared about it. Like that's I think that's worth 2. In my opinion. Struggled with issues from your vice or traumas during the session. Was there trouble that came from those for you?
Not real trouble. Like I had that faux pas of asking the deaf guy if he likes the opera.
Yeah. Not real trouble, but yeah, that was funny.
And I talked to I talked to people online, but not real trauma. It was all in all, the indulgence of my vice went really well.
It did.
Yeah.
It cost me money, but it went really well.
Yeah, I think so too.
This is that piece of XP that John was talking about, where like once you get past you max out your stress one time. This is where you get a lot of experience, I feel like, right?
Yeah, once you get your first trauma condition, then you start getting XP for this. But until you get there, it's hard to do.
Okay.
So 3 XP.
3 sounds good.
Wherever you want to put them, that's your free choice. Put them wherever you want.
Yep, I got a playbook advancement and one other defense.
Oh shit! Is Ghost Fighter gonna happen?
It might. I would love to be just like
pretty good timing.
Well, and also with all this fucked up shit between Rune and Careless, like I want to get something to defend myself with, just in case. It's a spiritual.
Nice. Oh shit! Chat has a good point here. Good job, chat.
What?
Lancaster says, spending 2 coin for a suit for no good reason sounds like a struggle with your vice. That was just money down the fucking.
That's pretty good spin.
That's true.
Because of your vice, you blew 2 coin on just for fun, essentially.
Yeah, we wouldn't
that's
spend
good.
1 coin to like appease this other crew, but we'll spend 2 coin on a suit.
You should take XP for that's good. That's good.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, chat.
Yeah.
Chat MVP.
Chat.
Nicely done. All right. Who's up next? Anne, you want to go?
Sure. Let's see, no desperate actions.
No desperate actions. No.
Just a challenge with knowledge or arcane power. I mean, I failed to because I had the 1 and 1.
That's okay. Success or fail doesn't matter.
Really? Okay,
yep,
cool.
Doesn't matter.
Well,
Yep. You stepped up and you addressed that challenge. That's 1. And I think I'm tempted to say 2 for that because of the shit with Careless. Like that's arcane power shit, like big time. And you were just like, let's do this. Give me the blade.
Okay.
I think that should count.
I'll take 2 there. And then express belief, strives, heritage, or background. I would say yeah. Because I was like, is this gonna help me kill Skurlock? Then cool, I'll do it. Whatever.
Yeah, that and you like gave a shit about Kellen. You weren't just like, look, I got my own problems. I know we're friends, but I got a new thing going now, so leave me alone. You actually like cared about your friend and someone that helped you before.
Right.
So yeah, I think that totally counts.
Okay, as 1 or 2.
I mean, everyone gets to say, but belief, strives, heritage, or background.
I think it was a pretty big episode in that regard because you were tempted by something pretty damn evil, and it's revealed how important it is to you to kill Spurlock that you're willing to go. Also, it's Skurlock. Every time you say that,
Spurlock.
I almost called you out on it because you said "and" twice, and then you said Spurlock twice, and I was just like, I was gonna say something about careful with names. Yeah, you just like don't care about him enough to learn his name.
It's that word enough to remember.
Yeah.
Right. Skurlock, right?
Skurlock.
Darn Taikarosi accent. It's just.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah.
You try talking with shark teeth. Jeez.
Look, that's how it is.
True. Okay, and then struggled with issues from your vice. Yeah, because I indulged.
Did it cause you trouble?
Oh, is that what that is? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Then,
maybe that's not clear there. Like,
Here's my lawyering. And I'm pretty
yeah, Jeff.
Listen. There is a moment here where in this episode you were pseudo-hybridized in terms of your vice, and we immediately had a gang take notice of you were indulging of said vice, and it became a pretty big issue.
Oh, are you talking about the entanglement?
Talking about you slicing a man in half and dancing in his blood and shit.
Oh, right, but that's not technically my vice, though, right?
Not technically.
I don't know how that works. I don't know how that
That's
works
not
now.
your
because
point
it's
of the law.
your vice,
You're
but I've
trying
kind
to
of
work on it.
adopted it as like an interest, I guess, but not technically a vice.
The rule.
What?
The
Your
rule
Honor,
is. The rule is.
Yes to the
and
defendant who has just named himself guilty. It's fine.
the rule of the game is and decides. So, it's up to her. It's up to her.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no because I didn't really struggle with an issue directly resulting from the drugs. It wasn't like I did drugs and then something happened as a result of that. So
Yeah, cool.
I'm gonna say no for that and just take the 4 XP total.
4 is perfectly good.
Yeah.
And you can put those wherever you want. Finish off your playbook or put them somewhere else, whatever you want to do.
Nice.
Man, I kind of am tempted to finish the playbook because then I get to choose another special ability, right?
You do, yeah.
And that would be probably really good for the next episode.
Compel would be really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Compel for those who are tuned to the ghost field to force a nearby spirit to appear before you and obey a command you give it.
Oh.
Yeah, hold on. Can we organize something where you do that, and then you make him stand still so I can punch him and it works.
Just like force them to turn into like puppet ghosts that we can so we can murder them.
like practice.
Yeah.
What is thy command, mistress? Wait for it. I don't.
You summoned me from the nether realm for that.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm just gonna fill out the 4 and then take compel.
Take compel. Yeah. That's good timing. Wow. That's really good timing.
Sweet.
Wheat. Miss Cataby.
Yes.
Miss Cataby was spidering the shit out of this episode.
I was.
No desperate actions in downtime, pretty rare.
None.
Did you address a challenge with conspiracy or calculation? Wheat.
I mean, I think yeah, I would argue that just figuring out how to get to the Deadlands was calculation.
Yes.
And literal conspiracy with the Foghounds.
Right.
To bring them in instead of being super cagey and being like, oh, there's a thing, but I can't tell you about it. Blah 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 blah. You were like, look, we're gonna do this together.
Sure.
Too, mate.
Also, you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, your background. I would actually like to think that Miss Cataby saying, I don't need to kill this guy by my own hands, but rather just that the deed must be done, is my belief that like this is the only way to clear my debt. So
Yeah, I like that. As a counterpoint to Careless too. He's like, you must do this. And you're like, whatever.
right.
Like that's good. That's totally.
I don't know that I struggled with issues from my vice or traumas.
I don't think so.
Not really.
I can't think of any.
No.
Whoa.
3? What?
Hang on here.
Okay.
Okay. Hang on here.
Jeff can argue on my
The
behalf.
wheels are turning.
All right.
Marcus, I got your back. Coming out. I'm going to indulge a little vice. What do you got to roll? A 3. It's 50-50. I've never seen a bigger gamp in my life that you struggled with.
Even I don't know if I can get behind that one.
Behind it.
I'm fine with this 3.
Jeff, I respect your efforts, brother.
Appreciate it.
But the judge said 3,
Thanks,
so
bro.
it's 3.
That's right.
Thanks, bro.
All right. Last but not least, our fearless leader, our careless leader, Careless Farm.
Just challenged with violence or coercion. I think obviously double there for me because this is a big episode of trying to get Rune.
You got a fucking disciple, man. Yeah. That's double coercion in my book.
Okay. And then it kind of bleeds into this one, but you expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, background. I think the more interesting point to kind of tag on to that is I do want to draw, because I want people to think about this. When you asked me, when I realized that this means part of the favor might be shifting towards, Rune for She Who Slays in the Dark, it's actually in character. It's not like a mechanic that I'm interested in competing with Anne or something like that. It's actually, and I won't reveal too much about this, but he actually is totally okay with that.
Yeah.
100% okay with that. And that's a huge part of his background and his mindset.
Yeah. I'm totally digging on that a lot. I think that's super cool.
I would ask for 2 on that. I have more to say on this, but I don't want to because I want people to kind of.
Yeah.
Why is that? I don't think it should be revealed just yet.
I'm fully with you, and I think like even if that one isn't worth 2, like 2's the max, and I have another one which is the way you treated Kellen is totally all about that, and the way that you put forward Miss Cataby as the instrument of murder, like the thing that she isn't particularly good at, stabbing a dude. You were like, no, you have to do it. Instead of being like, well, let's figure this out and like make sure we do it right. You were like, no, this is the way things need to be.
Yeah.
That's totally belief stuff. So 2's the most you can get, but I feel like there was a lot of stuff in that space for you tonight. So yeah.
And then struggling with issues from the trauma, I don't think so. The word struggle there, I can't justify anything.
Yeah, I didn't. No struggle, but some victories. So that was good.
Yeah. So 4.
4, yes.
I'm going to put it all into insight, and I'm doing this under the understanding if I can max this out and get a point, all of a sudden my what's the roll? It's the
your vice roll will be 1 instead of 0.
Will have 1 because I want to have the lowest. Okay.
That's right.
Cool.
And then you can get hunt or study or survey or whatever you want. Yeah. Cool. And crew XP before we forget. Oh, right. This character sheet can't remember what Assassin's crew XP is. It keeps deleting it. I will open it here. It's the first one is execute a successful assassination, which we didn't do. Then contend with challenges above your current station. I don't. Oh,
I feel like it kind of qualifies. Obviously, we didn't begin too much, but we planned it and we made the roll. And
well, here's what I'm thinking. Forgotten God cults are tier 2.
Okay.
And you guys were like, you're like -1, whatever. I think that's 1 XP for that.
That's fair.
Totally fair.
Yeah, obviously. Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one.
Bolster. Yeah, Cataby did that in spades.
True.
I agree. I totally agree. Do you think that's 1 or 2?
I like the way Miss Cataby put it to the NPC to be like, what do you think of us? And that had a reaction. And then off that reaction, she then played it up as saying, well, there's also 50 more you haven't heard about and stuff like that. So I feel like it's pretty strong work towards it.
So are you saying 2?
I'm thinking 2.
Yeah. I'd be okay with 2.
Express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew.
Not the crew as a whole yet, I don't think. Maybe a 1 because
I'm feeling 1.
And we're like, let's kill everyone type of thing. That's starting to kind of.
The reason I'm feeling 1 is Careless is our fearless leader, as we always say. And that's been true all along up to now. But tonight was the night when he said, this is how we have to do this, according to my personal beliefs and drives. And Miss Cataby said, yeah. We don't have to do that. That's an inner conflict to me that we've it's the crack has appeared right there between the unified effort of the crew is now like maybe we're not all on the same page actually. That's how I feel about it anyway.
Super fair. I think that's a good point.
So that's 4 XP. Can someone mark that? My
crew advancement is full.
Wait, it is?
So I'll just mark it 4 because I think we had it full and we used those things to get the alt and the hidden.
Yeah. So you had to reset it.
So now we're at 4 again.
Click. Oh, I see. It came back for me. I can click that and then do 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there we go. Sweet.
Oh, so you're just gonna do what I just did? Okay. I guess you do it better.
It didn't refresh on my screen. I didn't know you did it.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit. Yeah, I mean, I'm just better at clicking boxes, Zeke. Just come on, let's get real.
I never had a knack for it. Never had a knack for it. I always whenever I was taking a term test, I would fill in very poorly.
I'm the one who clicks. Okay.
God damn right.
Sweet. Yes. That was awesome. Thank you guys. We should do some shout outs to wrap up here.
right.
Zeke, you wanna start us off?
You betcha. Did we ever figure out, hey JP, did we ever figure out what time the Drop Frames is tomorrow?
Maybe I should have you go last.
It's been out for a while, but
No, he's not even listening. He's not even listening to the shout out section.
Well,
I'm not like full screen yet.
why
There
don't
we
you-
go. Yay!
maybe you should just decide when it's gonna be. It's you're in control right now.
it's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Just follow my. In fact, you know what? If you want to find out, follow my Twitter. Follow my Twitter is Eagle_III. That's me on Twitter and Twitch. Trying to get to 35K on Twitter and 150 on Twitch. So if you want to follow. So that's going to be tomorrow. Variety broadcaster. I usually do noon Pacific every day except Friday, and I do all kinds of different weird games. So thank you to Jeff and Wheat and John and JP behind the scenes. See you next time.
Yeah. Around the horn, Anne.
Cool. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm AnneMunition. I stream also a variety of games. Been playing a lot of Rainbow Six Siege and Overwatch lately. I stream Tuesday through Sunday at 2 p.m. Now that I'm finally back from my multiple trips, I will be streaming again tomorrow at 2 p.m. I'm probably going to play more Overwatch. And then thank you to the wonderful cast, Jeff, Wheat, Zeke, and our game master, John, and of course to JP for running the show. Thank you guys for watching. And we'll see you next week, next Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. Pacific time?
Probably.
Yep.
Cool.
See you next
Nice.
Tuesday.
Oh shit.
Can't wait.
I
Cringe.
wanted to tell you face to face, Anne, I'm watching your Uncharted 4 playthrough.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm really loving it. It's super fun. So I didn't have time
Nice.
to play it myself. I'm too busy with work. So I'm watching you play it. And it's
Cool.
great.
It's one of my favorite games. I love that game.
I'm a huge Uncharted fan. So yeah.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. It's awesome.
Cool.
Wheat.
Thank you, all cast, crew, audience. I had a lot of fun as always. Look forward to next week. Glad to be back in the swing of things. Hope everyone has a safe and happy holidays. On Friday, it will be our last Twitch Weekly for the year. We've actually been pushing out quite a few updates this week, Twitch, and we've got a few more. So on Friday, we're going to review all those and talk a little bit about them. I think you might hear about some of the things that are hitting tomorrow on Drop Frames, so you might want to tune into that. Otherwise, thank you all for watching, and thank you to those playing, and thank you to those DMing. I appreciate all of your efforts, and I look forward to next week.
Nice. Jeff, what do you got?
I want to echo a lot of the sentiments. Zeke has said a few times that this is one of his favorite things to do each week, and I just have to say exactly the same here. Love it. Missed it tremendously. Thank you everyone for your patience. December is super busy, especially when you're dealing with mega awesome people like Anne going to the White House, Zeke battling sobriety. Like there's, John's just constantly watching everyone's stuff except for Zeke and I's.
Shut the fuck up! I'm trying to work. Oh God!
I watch you. I watch you too.
I'm teasing.
I just don't
I'm
tell.
crying inside. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, just thank you everyone very much. I'm really happy that we're doing this. It's so fun. I like the boundaries that get pushed in this show, and I like that it's got a serious twinge to it, but obviously we laugh a lot. There's very reminiscent feelings of other shows we've done where it had a lot of that, where you deal with real issues. It gets very serious and dark, but is still lighthearted and fun. I think it's like the perfect mix. For me personally, I'm going to go watch the Seahawks tomorrow with my family up in Seattle. It's going to be awesome. And then I'll be right back. I literally have a 5 a.m. fucking flight, so I'm gonna go to sleep in like 3. I mean, I'm gonna be at the airport in 3 hours or whatever, and then I go to do that, and then I'm back at like 5 a.m. Friday too. So it's a lightning trip. But then I'll be back streaming, playing some Space Hulk Deathwing on my channel. If you're interested, check it out. It's at iNcontroLtv on Twitch. And that's about it. Just looking forward to doing this. But also just everyone keep in mind that show djWHEAT and I are doing and having a lot of these awesome guests in January. You'll hear more about it, like we said, and you'll even hear a name when we decide on a non-shitty name. Or it might just be the shitty one. We'll just be like...
It might be, and you'll never know.
You never know. You never know. Sweet.
Hey, drop frames from around 2 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, it's 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's what I was thinking. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. It's official. I will also shout out. I will echo what everyone said as well. This show is super amazing. You guys are the best. I love this cast and your characters and the story. And as we were saying in the break, like the downtime is like this thing that is this flexible material that we have to play with, and we can stretch it and explore these nooks and crannies of who these people are and what they're doing and their personal passions, and we can contract it when we want to. We haven't done that yet, but that's okay. And I think, just glancing at the chat, I think everyone's cool with that too. It's not necessarily action, but we've got a good rhythm here, and it feels really strong.
This was a backstory episode, and we're starting off with a ghost assault, or as we call it, ghost fuckery.
That's right. Ghost fuckery. It's really cool. You guys are great role players, and it's a privilege to run a game for you all. Zeke, you have a very cool T-shirt. That I think is
talk shit, roll crits, motherfucker.
Pretty awesome. That may be coming back actually. The Teespring for that ran out, but I think I'm going to do it again. So
nice.
I'll tweet about it.
It's a great shirt. I love it.
Cool. Yeah, me too. It turned out pretty well. Teespring is a little dicey, turns out. Sometimes they print stuff well and sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
You never know what you're going to get from them. But anyway, that one turned out pretty well. And I'm looking forward to next time. I'm glad we're back on our weekly time frame, and it's going to be good.
Q&A question thread, John? Is that...
Yes. I actually planned ahead this time.
Oh, my gerb.
I'm like a pro at this now.
It's happening.
I'm super good. I already started. All I got to do is click this button. Bam. Q&A thread is up.
Bam. Go
over to JP's community, and you can ask me questions about this episode and all of us for that matter. And I'm the only one who has to answer, but other people might. And feel free to jump into that and join the community and
ask questions, guys. And all stuff. We can do a minor hijacking if you want to ask what I'm thinking about why he's okay with competing with Rune.
I would love it if you guys want to do player stuff. That's awesome too.
I'll never call her Anne again.
Someday we will choose a name for our crew. There's a really good thread of name suggestions. We'll get there. There's a lot of good ones. It's hard to pick. So, but I feel like pretty soon we're getting there. We're close to having a name. It's going to come up pretty soon. So yeah, thanks to everyone for watching and you guys for playing, and JP for running the show. Good times. We will see you guys next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern.
Nope, 6 p.m. Pacific.
Oh, sorry, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Got it.
Damn it, John.
Damn it. What are time zones? We will see you then for more Roleplay Blades.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.